All right, who do we got up next here? We're working close to the end of this side. And does anyone in this remember who the championship is? Who's on the other side? Come bring it back there, McCormick's.
Forgot.
Michael Jack.
Michael Jack Schmidt.
Oh, yeah. A player from an era that I can respect.
All right, who we got there?
We're working on Chris Rex's worst nightmare. His favorite neighbor, Paul Molitor, versus his favorite brewer, Robin Yount.
I don't want to vote for this one.
I did some research during the short break and commercial break, and what I found out is that due to intangibles and a Manager of the Year award, I'm going to go with Paul Molitor because he could be the sergeant on my team out there on the field.
I'm with you, Bees. Paul Molitor.
I haven't voted for Molitor yet, but I'm going to now. Molitor.
And Chris, you voted for him? Scott?
I too did some research in the short break, and I was probably heading into break. I was thinking Robin Yount, but I pulled up Molitor, and actually two interesting things. He's only the 5th player in the history of baseball to have 3,000 hits and 500 stolen bases, and only one of 3 players ever to have 3,000 hits, 600 doubles, and 500 stolen bases.
Wow.
I would never have guessed either of those. So I'm going Molitor on. It's a tough one. I like them both, but I'm going to go Molitor.
I like neither of them.
Well, you could abstain because I think Molitor has enough votes.
Yeah,
I voted for Molitor.
All right. So we are now on to, come on. We're on to Barry Larkin versus George Brett.
Ooh. Oh.
Since he has your name in his name, can we start with you, News?
Jorge.
Didn't even have to think about that, guys. So in case your vote needed to be influenced in any way, form, or fashion.
By the way, he played before Pujols, Cabrera, and Arenado, so I'm fine with that.
Was he the most feared at the time?
Probably not, but he was a solid all-around baseball player, Pine Tar or not.
I'm with you, Dog. Jorge Brett.
Didn't Barry Larkin win an MVP?
I think he did.
1988. I'm guessing.
That was a good year. 1988.
87.
Oh.
Okay, so 87, 88, maybe.
MVP. When? I don't understand. Why is it not telling me?
Hoover is gone.
He's got a really good background.
Where is he? It says
Greens.
he won one. It says he won one.
This is the Greens.
No, I'm not talking about News. I'm talking about Barry Larkin. Oh, it looks like he won it. It looks like he won it in '95.
That late, huh?
Yeah. The years that you were thinking of, 88 was Kirk Gibson and 87 was Andre Dawson.
Yeah.
The Hawk.
I'm last place Cubs.
I'm going Barry Larkin.
By the way, there was a surprise MVP in the 1985 that was one of the reasons that he made the outfielder bracket, which I know some of you won't think that he should have made it, but the dude that won the MVP in '85, that's part of the reason he's in the outfielder bracket. I'll just tease you with that. I'm not saying anymore. So we have one Larkin. Kev, what do you think there? George Brett?
George Brett.
George
Yeah.
Brett?
Yeah.
Doug, what did you say?
I'm going Brett. Pick, I think, had a good point on Larkin way back in the first round. He's one of the shortstop that kind of changed the game with the ones that hit and play defense. But I'm going to go Brett.
And Rex, what did you say?
I'm going George Brett just because he shares the name Brett, like Brett, Bad News Dahlman. I like that.
I like it. So pick, you're the only Larkin vote. I'll stick with the Brett train in honor of our good friend Brett.
But he also shares a name with George Satink.
Jorge Costanza.
No, George Satink.
Oh, George Satink. That's
George the
amazing.
Animal.
Amazing that, did you
Care
ever
to vote
think,
again?
did you ever think in your wildest dreams that the Dream Teacher Dreams podcast would ever be talking about George Satink, Brian?
There's always a possibility. It could be. Yeah. It was probably, we've done about 100 published, close to, we're at 100 episodes, probably episode 287. I was thinking George, you'd come in.
He had a great fingernail collection.
Oh,
Trim that stuff off and stay put to a board. Come on, George Brett.
All right. So here we go.
We'll go with Costanza.
Here we go, heading down to the, wait a second, where are we here? Okay, oh, we're at Ripken versus Cabrera. Right?
Ripken.
Cabrera ousted Gary Carter, correct?
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Rifkin.
I'm with you, Rex. Ripken, the Iron Man.
Ripken.
Kevin? Cabrera versus Ripken.
Yeah. Ripken.
It's 5, correct? Scott?
Ripken. Yeah, I'll go. I think you already had 5.
Abstain.
Abstaining Derek Jeter Jr. with the abstention. We're on to Wade Boggs. Oh my goodness. We are on to Wade Boggs versus, you know what we're going to do is we're going to move Nolan. We never got to hear back from Stuver.
I think Sandberg won it because he had to hire 3 years of war.
Yeah.
I is 3.
No, there's 7 of us on this call, and 4 of us had voted for Arenado.
I would say let's do a revote.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a
Let's
revote.
see.
Arenado versus Sandberg. Arenado for me.
Sandberg.
Arenado.
I had Arenado.
Yeah, you had doesn't mean you have to make another bad decision.
Dog, we're going Arenado versus Sandberg again.
I might have Matt's number. You want me to call him?
I got Arenado. I like to put the instead of the old Arenado.
That's all right. You get bumped out next round.
I had Sandberg.
Okay, so 4-3. And again,
Nolan moves. I love you, Rhino.
to stay
Not
consistent
that much,
with
you don't.
what we've said is the only people that are voting right now, it's the 4-3, so that's a win. So now we're going Arenado versus Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
2 hot corner players.
Boggs.
We got 2-2, Rexa and McCormick with Boggs, me and Pitter with Arenado. So we're down to Kev, News, and Dog.
I'm going to be Boggs.
Dog and News.
I love Boggs, but if I consider Sandberg a better player than Boggs, and if Arenado beat Sandberg, I'm going Arenado.
I hate that reasoning. It's
That's all I got.
We're tied
it's
up.
horrible. Well, I made one bad decision. Now I'm going to make another.
I didn't make one bad. I voted Sandberg.
That was a good one. But
Yeah.
like Arenado shouldn't have moved on before. He wasn't
He
better
shouldn't
than
have.
Sandberg.
I don't disagree. That's why I voted Sandberg both times around.
That's right. But now you're just voting. Now you're voting for Arenado because he shouldn't have moved on versus Sandberg. And you're saying Sandberg was a better player than Boggs. And I would agree with you.
Well, these aren't the cards that we were dealt, Chris. The cards that were dealt is Arenado versus Boggs, and so far it's a 3-3 tie. Brett Dahlman is about to break that tie with his vote.
I am.
Let's hear it.
Boggs could hit the heck out of the ball. I honestly don't remember how good of a defensive player he was.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Arenado is probably equal, if not better, to an offensive player than Boggs. He has more power. His defensive game, I think, is above and beyond what Boggs had.
So
Boggs
I guess
was a chicken man. He could drink 100 beers in a cross-country flight. I think when all is said and done, Arenado.
Yeah, but you have to account for the thin air.
Look at it if you want. Arenado's numbers away from Coors Field are, I think, better, if not equivalent, to what they are at Coors Field.
I think you're right, News.
I think Arenado is going to go down as one of the best players of this generation. Him and Mike Trout, probably 1-2. Arenado.
Stuver says no. It goes to Stu.
No, the splits on him. This is, I think they're close, but I got to look that up, Dahlman.
Look it up.
The splits away from Coors or not, because this was the
Thank you, Stuver. Finally, a voice
I
of
think
reason.
no.
I don't think there's as big a discrepancy on his as there's been some other the Coors.
You look at back in the days
Welcome
of Larry
back,
Walker,
Stuver.
Bichette, Tulowitzki, all those
Welcome
guys. They were huge.
Stuber, who you got? Ryan Sandberg or Arenado? He's
I don't
back online.
I don't vote for any Cubs, Arenado. But anyway,
Stuber, look it up. Look up the splits for Arenado.
Good call, Bees.
They're not what you think they are.
well, I remember when the White Sox, that was the whole winter that Sox were going to make some big play for Arenado, and they were worried about the splits outside of Coors. And I remember seeing, he's not a 60-point drop-off guy out of Coors, or I keep saying that, but out of there, I think you're right. I just remember it being that, I don't know if better is it was the, I'll look it up here.
On top of it, Arenado might be the best or one of the best defensive third basemen ever.
I agree with that. Yep.
Was Boggs at all a Gold Glover? What's the deal?
I didn't realize Arenado was 7 straight Gold Gloves every year. That's pretty impressive.
I gave you that earlier.
I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
It's Robinson. That's all right.
We got Aaron. What we got there? Arenado?
Well, no, because Stuver can actually tie it up with his vote. So
He voted
we're still waiting for Stuver's vote on
Doesn't matter.
Arenado
Your vote
versus
counts for 2, right?
Who?
Stop.
Arenado versus Boggs.
Oh, Arenado.
Okay, so then we're done. So
Yeah. Arenado. Rexa.
Yeah.
Arenado.
What do you want? All right, great. Congratulations to Arenado.
Google
Bad
him.
decision, right, Rex?
He's got
Bad
he's got one of the best
I'm
swings.
really happy for him.
I can tell.
Okay, so let's finish that. Let's finish that bracket off then. Stuver, we are now voting on Cal Ripken Jr. versus Nolan Arenado to make the Final Four. The winner would go into the Final Four.
Ripken. I'm not a Ripken guy. Again, obviously a steady player for a long time. I'm probably forgetting some of his better seasons. I got to go Arenado with that one too.
Like the 2 MVPs in the 19 All-Stars, those steady seasons that you might have been.
Those steady seasons between there. So Arenado, Ripken. Give me a second on that one. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going Ripken.
Rookie
Get
of the
this
year,
Arenado guy out of the playing field, please.
8-time Silver Slugger. All right. So Ripken.
What do you read? Are you reading Ripken, Bees?
Yeah. Hang on.
Keep in mind, you're looking at a complete career versus a partial career.
Right. Yeah.
Ripken would have hit in Colorado. He would have had 75 homers a year. I vote Ripken.
Eight-time Silver Slugger. That's kind of crazy.
Who, Ripken?
Yeah.
How many?
8 in how many years?
32.
Okay, how about Nolan?
He played from 81 to 2001. So yeah, 20 years.
20 years, so 8 out of 20.
Nolan, 8. Whoa, sorry, I'm on Wade Boggs. Hang on. 4 out of
7.
7.
Yeah, but
Well,
let's
if you
look
just
at
go,
Arenado's last 5 years when he's washed up and see how many silver sluggers he wins then.
but if you just go to 162 game average for Cal Ripken, he averages 23 homers, 91 ribs, and a 276 batting average.
In heavy air.
Arenado might do that left-handed. I mean,
With his eyes closed.
yes. So, you know, when Cal Ripken can boost 431 homers, 1,600, almost 1,700 RBIs, but you do it over a 20-year season, you know.
It's tough. Kyle Ripken, you know, what he did was awesome, but I just, the more research that I hear, because I'm not doing, I like Nolan on this one.
So
Isn't there like a AA player now that's got great potential? Because I'd like to put him in as a dark horse.
He's going to be really good in 20 years.
News, you said Nolan, right? News.
Well, I haven't said anybody yet.
Okay. Dog, did you say or no?
I have not voted yet.
Kev?
I was gonna say Ripken, but Stubby might have just flipped me around.
You stick with me, you'll be right more often.
No, I know that, Stu.
You
I'm
got
going
Arenado. You got Arenado with a 162 average. You got, you know, 36 homers. Again, I love RBIs, 115 ribs. Obviously, probably, arguably the greatest third baseman of all, you know, defensively, probably we've ever seen. He's right there. 295 lifetime average, or in that split. I mean, that's hard to argue with. That's 30 points higher. What's he got for career dings? 27, 227. I mean, shit, in 7 years, he's got 227 homers. So, I mean, shit, if you triple that, which is basically what Ripken's got. I mean,
Right.
You guys are going
Christ, he'd have
against
over 700
all
homers.
things baseball. You're going against all things
What, stats?
baseball.
Stats?
Yeah,
That's against
stats.
baseball?
That's
Oh,
Like
boy.
anything that you could come out fast and fizzle out. I mean, we're talking Cal freaking Ripken. Like,
What is considered fizzling out? 7 years? Is that a fizzle out?
it is.
Oh boy.
Could be.
Just
Try
wait till-
add another 13 years on. Let's see how he does.
Rex,
Oh.
wait till Alaska gets a team and they build a stadium up on top of Denali. Then we'll really see what Arenado can do. Imagine.
I mean,
This
Look-
is like a
look-
shiny object. This is
look
it's
at-
like a recency
no.
bias.
Dude,
Like,
look at
just
his look at his last 5 years.
We already
I mean,
did. I told them they're not
I've seen
listening.
this.
They're not
I've
listening.
seen this before. I've seen
Yeah,
this
the
in
dude,
football.
he's averaging
I've seen
40
this
home
before
runs
with
and about
football.
120 RBIs in the last 5 years.
Dog, did you vote?
Me?
Yeah, did you?
I have not. It's close. I love Ripken. Might be a little recency bias, but I
For
love
sure.
Ripken. But longevity gave him a lot of the numbers.
That's right.
Obviously, he had to stay healthy and play a lot.
That's
But
right.
Arenado's he's I think the real deal. So I'm going Arenado. It's a tough call. I'm doing it.
What are they-
This is like the
there's some
fantasy
sort of saying,
bracket.
give me-
It's all about fantasy fans.
What's that?
There's no
Yeah.
accounting for real baseball here. It's all
What-
about fantasy.
What was the silver slugger for Ripken? What was it, at 8? Is that what you said?
Yeah. 8 and 20 years.
8
8
20
20 years.
Nor
Arenado's got 4 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got to get
In the
4
prime
more.
of his career, he's basically at the same level as Ripken. Wait till he collects his cash for the last 10 years and never gets one of them. That'll knock
I,
us.
I like to pay for performance, not potential.
I'm not starting a new one. We are going to finish the tournament here. So let's finish it. What we got?
I think that was 5. Wasn't
you
it?
go.
News, did you vote?
I didn't need to, did I?
No, I think there were 5. You and me didn't vote.
I really wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead. Are you going to vote Arenado?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Future star. It's just a future star. It's just a rookie card lottery.
Rexa.
Okay, so
after this one.
So to make the final 4, Stuber, we have George Brett going up against Paul Molitor, who found his way through the bracket in the top side, and so we now have George Brett versus Paul Molitor to make the final 4.
George Brett.
George Brett.
George Brett.
What? Give me some stats.
It's really those stats. If I probably pull up stats, it's probably Molitor is going to beat him in probably every category except for maybe, and I'm just going to throw this out because I haven't looked it up, career average maybe. It's the eye test.
We're just throwing out stat. We just throw out stats.
It's the eye test. It's the eye test. I'm telling you. George Brett.
Now baseball's an eye test. I like this. It's great.
No, when you have stats that are what I'm going to guess, and I'm just guessing again.
So it's just a street brawl test. Who do I want in a street fight?
Actually, I was looking up. Brett does have another one, like I mentioned, on Molitor with the 1 of 3 and 1 of 5 players. Brett has one. He's one of only 4 players in history with 3,000 hits, 300 homers, and a 300 batting average.
I want a guy in this who is not yet past his prime, so we don't have to see the downside stats of his career.
Well,
these are new, 2 of them then.
I didn't realize that George Brett played 20 years. I knew he played a while, not 20 years. So how many years did Molitor play? It's in the 20s, right? 21,
yeah,
20,
21 or 2, I think.
Yeah. All right. So who wants to pull up real quick? Paul Molitor, 62 game. Here we go. Let's see here. Let's throw George Brett out here. Let's just do stats. 162 game average. George Brett averages 19 homers, 96 ribs, 305 average.
How about stolen bases?
Molitor, 305, 306, so same batting average. Only 14 homers, only 79 ribs, 30 stolen bases though, probably to Brett's 3 years.
How many runs?
Yeah, how many runs? Molitor's probably got a lot more.
108.
To Brett's
95.
That's closer than I thought.
A good one.
Actually.
And I would say so if their career splits are, you know, again fairly even, and then you want to go into, I don't remember Brett doing anything but playing third. I could be wrong. And Molitor spent what the last 5, 6, 7 years as DH.
Hey, Rexa. Molitor would be a better fantasy league guy because he can play a couple different positions, but I'm still going the other way.
Brett?
Yeah. So
it's all right.
No, that was McCormick in the fantasy stats. Which one were I couldn't remember anymore. But anyway.
Good call. Yeah, he's got 2 position eligibility.
Yeah, I'm still going Brett.
You just count if anybody does anything good, like Chris Bryant, he had a few homers at center field, though that wouldn't be counted as a third baseman. So I guess we have to say George Brett. I say George Brett.
He votes Brett. Kev.
George Brett.
So that's 4. I'll go with George Brett so we can end this. That's 5.
Thank you.
Nice. So we now have George Brett versus Nolan, right? Didn't Nolan beat Cal?
Oh, we've got all third basemen waiting to go against Schmitty. 2 third basemen.
It can be an
Who's Schmitty knocked out?
Biased.
Schmidt,
you know, George Brett was only hit by a pitch 33 times in his career. That's amazing.
Who is it?
Once. That was by Doug Remery.
Out A-Rod.
A-Rod?
Because remember the big fight, A-Rod versus Frank?
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's a
George Brett over the guy who is wind-aided, and we haven't seen the downside of his career.
So you're holding that against him?
Yes.
Why we put guys in? So let's just have all guys that don't play anymore in the tournament then.
No, I mean, I'm not going to put up like some guy who's a rookie just because Jerome Walton had an awesome rookie year.
You know what?
Walton and Dwight Smith.
In his last 5 years, so he's been in to 7 seasons. Is that a rookie?
The pitchers haven't caught up with him yet. They will.
That's because they can't, because he's that good.
The maroon mama looked good off the shop, but it doesn't look good anymore.
Yes, I'm with you, Rex.
This is
I would say
unbelievable.
George Brett, baby.
Yeah.
News, is that your vote or just your screensaver for now?
Screensaver.
Okay.
George Brett and who?
Nolan Arenado.
Dude, the white cloud looked good out the shop too.
Yeah, you're right. Couldn't get that baby stuck if you wanted.
Out of that big age.
So
Probably
you're
still
saying that
running.
if we would have done this tournament back in the day when Jordan had only
It'd
been
be
in
a
the league for a
George
couple
Brett
years,
vehicle.
we would take DJ over Jordan.
How about the Scirocco?
Huh?
Oh.
McCormick? Dennis Johnson over Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan's only played in 5 seasons.
Absolutely.
No?
Yeah.
Are you still on the phone?
Yeah.
Right. So who we voting?
George Brett.
We got
Yeah,
2
right.
and 2. We got 2 and 2. Or wait, who besides you voted for Arenado? Pitter? Did
I don't know.
Stewie?
I hadn't voted yet, but I'll vote for him. I'm sticking
I
to
have.
him.
I haven't voted yet, but I 5 years is if you take that trajectory, that's enough to prove that you can at least play the game, right? It ain't no 2-year blip, 5 years. I'm going Arenado.
What is this guy? Does he walk on water? What's the deal with this Arenado guy? I mean,
2 to 2.
Dude, this is a serious
God.
podcast. Do your research.
I am doing research.
I can tell.
News.
And
not
baseball research, right?
I'm not seeing it.
Let's let's go, Scott. What do you think, Scott?
I'm gonna go Brett.
There you go, McFadden.
3 to 2.
Yeah, McFadden. Woo!
Kevin Neats.
Brett.
That's 4 to 2. It's down to you and me, News, to see if we can pull out a tie here, I guess.
Arenado.
That's 4 to 3. That's great. Who are we going
All
to
right,
use as the?
you don't have a tattoo of a KC.
I was
on
just
your-
gonna
on
say
your
that.
thing. Come on now.
Ollie, you got a tattoo
Yeah.
where he plays.
Jesus, you got Purple Mountains for crying out loud.
Nolan Arenado, right there, baby. Who's breaking the 4 to 4 tie? Stuber, can you get Matrick
Put
on
the
the phone?
Put the
I
shirt
got-
back on, please.
I got. Let's see if Matt. I got my kid in the other room, but he's an Arenado guy. I'll just tell you that right now.
We don't want to hear from him then.
See if
Let's
Chase.
need to talk to somebody that's got a little bit.
Call Willie Wilson or UL Washington and ask them what they think. Maybe John Wathan.
Maybe Dan Quisenberry.
Your call has been.
Yeah, my brother's working straight to voicemail. So.
I gotta call Ray.
All right.
Call somebody who's over 25 years old so we get a real opinion here.
Other than you guys, that's who I hang with, 25-year-olds.
I don't know why I'm going to do this because he hasn't.
What's
he hasn't
that
had the
say?
decent.
Are you a Brett guy?
Love you, Dad.
What's that?
Are you a Brett guy?
I said when this thing started, he might win the whole thing, so I'm sticking with him.
Yeah,
did.
good for you, Nats.
Good
Sorry
job,
about
Nats.
against George Brett.
I hope Ray's not sleeping here,
I'm
guys.
just gonna keep you guys right here. Nets, McCormick, McFadden, Brain Trust out, and then we got these guys, the new guys.
The Sabermetricians.
I don't know why I'm checking
7
with this
years.
guy. He hasn't joined us for any of the brackets yet, so he doesn't even deserve this. But I texted your brother.
Well,
We'll see what Crazies has to say if he's even.
He's of the younger generation. He'll probably like the young guy.
I'm surprised you guys haven't pulled out who's made the most money as your argument for
Right.
Arenado.
I'm gonna ask Google who is a better baseball player right now there, Rexa. Let's see what's see what is said on Google.
Google doesn't even know who George Brett is.
My Google, I stopped it at 1985. If I was upstairs, I could ask him.
Alexa says she doesn't know who's better.
Is she dumb?
She's
I'm gonna
dumb.
try somebody here too.
Hey, there she is.
You going for JR news or who you getting?
No, he's not baseball.
Alexa, who is the best player in baseball?
Vince Coleman.
They call him the chef because he has all the tools you need to be a great baseball player.
Who said that? Who'd she say?
Mitch Haniger.
Mitch Henniger?
Alexa.
That's who Alexa says is the best baseball player.
Oh my God.
Maybe we want to ask her for an opinion.
No, don't know her.
So there's George Brett's stats.
Yeah.
Silverbeard. Maybe we should go for Silverbeard.
Arenado's stats.
Alexa,
Dog.
who's the best catcher?
He'd probably be a Brett.
Sorry,
Yeah, let's
I don't
call
know.
him then.
Alexa, who's the best flower?
I like zinnias because they symbolize lots of friends.
Are we
which
gonna
keeps you
use?
feeling
Are we gonna
happy.
use
What did you
crazies?
just say?
Thanks
I've
for
got
asking.
crazies vote.
Here's another fun thing.
Sure,
Try
yes.
asking me to tell you a joke.
We're gonna use crazies vote.
What?
No.
No, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, tell me a joke.
ESPN, let's see here. Where they ranked the best third baseman. Got Wade Boggs at 6, Molitor was 7,
Alexa.
Brooks
tell me a joke
Robinson
now.
5, Chipper 4, Eddie
Okay,
Matthews
here's
3,
that joke.
Brett
Why was
2,
the math teacher such a good
Mike
dancer?
Schmidt 3, or 1. So them,
She had algorithm.
That's,
Oh, so they've
that's gonna be the
rated-
championship then.
actually, I don't know who. I didn't even see
Alexa.
Nolan. I think he was 6.
Yeah. I
But
said
who crazies? We got a real guy. Crazies. What'd he say?
We've got crazies vote. Are we gonna go with it?
Crazies doesn't even know who George Brett is. George Brett retired before Crazies was born.
This is crazies analysis, word for word. Nolan is bolstered by Coors, period. George is an HOF, period. George, period.
Yeah,
There you go.
Crazies. Rex, I knew there was something in that bloodline that I could trust and count on.
That's a hybrid bloodline right there, brother.
Look at that. I love it.
After you just got done trash talking him, saying
No,
that
I
he didn't even
never
know.
said that. That was reverse psychology.
I'm
His words like
absolutely,
gold.
I'm
What are you
absolutely
talking
going to be
about?
telling him that you said that his vote shouldn't count, and then completely Aaron Stott, REO bandwagoned it and clapped for him after I read his
No,
insight.
I never.
I still don't think that Arenado's bolstered by Coors as much.
I don't either.
as anybody thinks he is.
I don't either.
I do.
This saying a balloon isn't bolstered by helium. Come on.
Great job, Rex.
With 5 minutes left on the clock, do you think we could come to a conclusion in the championship game of Mike Schmidt versus George Brett?
Mike Schmidt.
And in a March 14, 2018 article, headlines say, Mike Schmidt's heir apparent is Nolan Arenado. Doesn't say anything about that other scrub, Mike Schmidt, champion of the world.
Did you say
Tough
Schmidt?
battle.
I mean,
Yes,
News?
Mike Schmidt.
Was that you, News, that said it?
Yeah. I would have taken him over Arenado too, so it doesn't really matter.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going Schmidt. Michael Jack.
I can't argue with you guys. I like.
No, I wanted A-Rod over him.
What about Kev?
Schmidt.
Dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Schmidt.
Rex?
Yeah.
That's a clean sweep. Stuver would be voting for him too, guaranteed. So we have the greatest infielder of all time with the 64 that I put on in. I mean, I don't think there would have been anybody that didn't make it that would have made the finals. But so our official Gym Teachers Dreams podcast winner for the MLB Infield in our generation is Michael Jack Schmidt. Congratulations.
Michael Jackson. What are we going with next, Aaron?
I've got the outfield all ready to rock and roll.
All right. Please tell me Vince Coleman's not on it.
Unfortunately, he is not. No.
Yeah.
Come on, Stoddard.
Stu,
All right.
I had to step out. Sorry.
Hey, you're good, dude. Are you,
Stevie, everything okay? Am I going to drown in here in Old Sycamore, or am I going to stay?
No, I think it'll be all right.
All right, thanks. Well, you
that one I got to blame on Reagan. Reagan said I had to turn on the race real quick. Sorry, I had to step away. Blame that one on Reagan.
We just went with the fact that we didn't think you would be the only dissenting vote in the Michael Jack Schmidt versus George Brett championship game, and we gave you a Michael Jack vote like the 7 of the rest of us. So
yeah, Mike Schmidt. That's an easy one, in my opinion.
Yep. So Mike Schmidt won, and we've got an outfielder bracket that Ryan Piccolotti does not want to see Vince Coleman's name in, and Chris Rexa thinks should be a #1 seed. Pick will be happy. Rexa will not. But that's our next adventure. Will be the outfielders.
You gonna send us out, Aaron? You've been waiting to send the Gym Teacher Dreams podcast out. I can tell. Thanks, guys. Thanks, sir. This is like I said. All we need is Will Ferrell dressed as what's his name of Jeopardy, and we're rolling.
Alex Trebek.
Yes, Alex Trebek. This is every time I come on, I love it. But that's what I feel like. We're in that SNL skit for 2 hours. Love it.
Until next week, this has been the Gym Teacher Dreams podcast. Signing off.
Tell a friend.
All right, guys. See you.